Hello, I'm back with some more Valiant Thor facts. Before I begin, I would like to play this classic movie scene. It's called The Wizard of Oz, The Man Behind the Curtain.
Can I believe my eyes? Why have you come back?
Please, sir, we've done what you told us. We brought you the broomstick of the Wicked Witch of the West. We melted her.
Ah, you liquidated her, eh? Very resourceful.
Yes, sir. So we'd like you to keep your promise to us, if you please, sir.
Not so fast. Not so fast. I'll have to give the matter a little thought. Go away and come back tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh, but I want to go home now.
You've had plenty of time already.
Yeah. Do not arouse the wrath of the great and powerful Oz. I said come back tomorrow.
If you were really great and powerful, you'd keep your promises.
Do you presume to criticize the great Oz? You ungrateful creatures think yourselves lucky that I'm giving you audience tomorrow instead of 20 years from now.
Oh,
The great Oz has spoken.
oh,
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. The great Oz has spoken.
Who are you?
I am the great and powerful Wizard of Oz.
You are? I don't believe you.
No, I'm afraid it's true. There's no other wizard except me. You humbug! Yes, it's exactly so. I'm a humbug.
Oh, you're a very bad man.
Oh, no, my dear. I'm a very good man. I'm just a very bad wizard.
Now, as you guys just saw that scene, The Man Behind the Curtain, you see a man who's a good man, but a very bad wizard, right? So, with that in mind, let's get into this Valiant Thor and who's behind the curtain, as I've been telling you guys all along, is Frank. But of course, many of you don't believe me. So I'm going to show you, by the end of this, before the end of this video, you're going to see Frank exactly looking the same exactly as Valiant Thor. And I'm going to show you and I'm going to prove it once and for all, so you guys can be quiet. For you doubters out there, okay? Those that gave me a dislike on my videos, I'm going to prove to you that that's Frank. Anyways, let me start. This right here we're looking at is Bernice, who I already told you guys was Frank's first wife. She didn't marry him till 1948. They got divorced in 1970. They reunited with each other. And they divorced once again in 1974, okay? Now, what's odd about that is you got a guy who was married to a woman for that many long years and automatically marries the following year, where he just divorced in 1974, so now he gets married the following year, 75. Okay? You would think that you think a little bit about your divorce and, you know, you get depressed and all this. No, not Frank. He just gets married the following year. Okay? So, he gets married to a woman named Denise F. Winter at the time. Alright? Now, Frank was 47 at the time, and this is not a photo of, you know, when he was that age, but anyways, he marries Denise F. Winter in 1975, which is October 5th, one day shy of his birthday, making him 48 years old, and she was 19 years of age. That's right, Frank married a teenager at the time. Now, I don't know what kind of time frames those were at, you know, in those years. Was that fine with the parents or whatever? You know, but I find that kind of odd that someone would marry someone who's a teenager, you know? And if you guys don't believe me, I'll show you. Okay? Here you got marriage record. Frank E. Stranges, 47 years old. Marriage date, October 5th, 1975, Los Angeles, California. Bride's information, Denise F. Winter, spouse, 19 years of age, as you can see. Birth date, 1956. So you guys see I'm not talking out of my ass here, okay? And then it's weird because, of course, he divorces her in 1984. And then once again, with the same pattern, after you divorce a female, you just get married the following year. Why not, right? It's so cool to do that. So anyways, he marries, after divorcing Denise in 1984, he marries Julie, the one everyone knows today, Julie Strangers. Okay? So as you can see, Frankie Strangers. Alright, he was 57, March 12th, 1985, Los Angeles, California. As you guys can see, he married Julie A. Dolezal. She was 35 at the time. Her birth date is 1950. Alright? So you guys see that clearly that's Frank. And clearly he was a confused man who didn't decide right away. You know, he just didn't think before he reacted. He just married right away. That part I don't understand. So now this is the wonderful man, Frank, right? Who everyone believes is Mr. Good man. I believe he was. However, he did everything that the others before him has done, okay? He lied. Plain and simple, he lied. Valiant Thor is not real. Valiant Thor is himself. I want to clearly, okay, tell you guys something really quick. Is that Frank, his original hair color, no one knows this, right? Because no one's searching like I did. His original hair color is brown, okay? Or was brown, of course, before he changed the color to black. And of course, then the dye came off his hair. Because remember, he was getting gray hair, so you see his gray hair. You know what I mean? But his original hair color was brown. You guys don't have to believe me if you don't want to. That's fine. Okay? That right there shows you that, and what I've been telling you in all these videos. Okay? Frank is Valiant Thor. Now, of course, he didn't wear glasses all his life, as you guys already know. Or maybe you do, I don't know. You know. But as he was younger, he didn't wear glasses. You know? So anyways, what I'm getting at is that Frank, you guys still don't believe that this is Frank, right? You still don't believe this is Frank? Well, let me show you a little something, okay? This photo I'm going to show you, the next one I'm going to show you, this is, and you can look it up yourselves, guys, so you can see I'm not bull crapping here. This is the North Central Bible Seminary, which, of course, Frank was a part of. Right here. Okay? Now, tell me you don't see this guy in the crowd. You don't see him yet? No? Well, let me show you. Ta-da! There you go. For those of you who thought that I was lying, this is Frank Strangers. Alright? That's Frank. That's the same guy. So you guys can keep on saying that that's not Frank. Okay? That is Frank. As you clearly can see, that's the same guy right there. Not only that, I would like to show you some more stuff that you guys perhaps didn't know. I think this took place in 1973 or something like that. Or 4. Okay, it says, a small private plane revved up for takeoff was halted on the thermal airstrip Friday, and authorities removed 200 kilograms of marijuana hidden inside. Riverside Sheriff's deputy confiscated the narcotics and arrested the pilot and passenger, identified as Jim S. Bays, 45, Los Angeles, and Frank E. Strangers, 44, of Van Nuys. Okay? Bail for each was set at $20,000. So you guys can see that Frank, this is after the fact now, guys. After the fact. So this is already past the, you know, what he already said about Valiant Thor and all this stuff. And so he got himself into trouble. Okay? Now, here's another thing he got in trouble for. As you guys can see, diploma mill closed by court. Okay? Los Angeles. This was 1963. Okay? So this was a year before. Oh, I just told you that the other one was 1974. Excuse me. I meant to say 1964 because this one was 1963. Alright? As you can see, it says Frank E. Strangers, 43-year-old president of International Evangelism Crusades, Inc., was convicted Monday of operating a mail-order diploma mill that issued honorary Doctor of Divinity degrees for $25 each. And as you guys can see, it says operating without a city license. So you see, I didn't make this up either. Okay? So Frank was a busy man, huh? Very busy, guys. But yet, those of you out there don't believe that this is Valiant Thor. Frank! Right there! That's Frank. Okay? And you guys can look it up and you see this is not me making this up, okay? This is where Frank himself said that he went to the Bible Seminary, okay? Where it's called North Central Bible Seminary, which had plenty of names. It had many names. But he didn't tell you that, though. He just told you the name that he remembered when he was a member, which this is him right here. As you guys can clearly see, it's Valiant Thor. Okay? So those of you who gave me the dislike on my videos and said, you know, you didn't like how I presented these videos, then there you go. This is my proof right here that Valiant Thor is a hoax. I've been telling you that from the beginning, but you guys just don't want to believe. Okay? Because you want to hold on to something that is not real. Okay? A lot of people go on their way to make you believe things. I already told you, it's clear as day. August C. Roberts was the photographer who helped Frank along the way in this hoax. Okay? Now, if this Valiant Thor thing was so real, like you guys believe, you wouldn't see the facial match between these guys. Clearly. Alright? And not to top it off, the newspaper he's holding was called the Sunday News, because I also did a look through the paper as well as a blown up picture. It's a Sunday newspaper. It's called Sunday News. It was 10 cents. So if you guys blow up the photograph, that little photograph there, you guys can see that, you know, that it says 10 cents. Alright? And you guys will realize for yourself, and you can see that all this stuff was a lie. Why did Frank do this? Obviously, of course, for money. You know? I mean, this story turned popular because, of course, people believed it. Now, what's sad is that people believed it despite Frank not showing any proof besides the 1950 photographs that he kept showing, which is these right here that I'm showing you, right, guys? Those photographs that you guys are accustomed to seeing all the time. With the Howard Menger sitting with the conference. And see, for me, as that was a cleverly done method that he did. But he used the same method that guys before him did. You know? Only this time, he used himself. You know what I'm saying? Because he figured, look, okay, all these years passed, so now I can get away with it. Okay? I think I heard someone say, well, that could have been someone's grandmother, someone's grandfather, and all that. Well, yeah, basically. But you see, what people didn't think clearly is, how is it that Frank Stranges was the only guy that talked about Valiant Thor? No one else did. Did it come to you guys' minds? Gray Barker wasn't talking about Valiant Thor. Jim Mosley, who claimed he was there, wasn't talking about Valiant Thor. Now, you got others outside of the story claiming that they've seen Valiant Thor and they talk with Valiant Thor. They're a bunch of liars, guys. All they're doing is supporting the story just so they themselves can be, you know, included in the popularity scene. So, of course, you know, these people lied. That's the way it goes. You know, it's all about lying to get what you need. And that's what I believe. So, I just showed you guys that this guy is the same guy that's Frank Stranges. So, you guys want to comment, you can comment if you like. Let me know your opinion. If you think I'm full of it. Alright? But if you want to still believe the photographs, despite me showing you that that's Frank, go right ahead and believe it. Alright? I clearly told you guys in all of my videos, including when I spoke to Julie herself, she confirmed everything that I've always believed, is that there was no photographs after the fact. Okay? When I say after the fact, for those of you who just don't open your minds, meaning pictures after 1950s pictures. Okay? Because showing me the 1950s picture over and over again is not gonna make me believe that this thing is real. It was never real to begin with. The whole thing was to make you believe that this is real. And that's why I told you that Gray Barker, Jim Mosley, all these guys were in on it together. Okay? They helped Frank with this story. So, of course, they let him lead because that's his story. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that wrote the story, and that's him on the photo. Okay? So if you guys are going to tell me that an alien being is going to come from any planet that you want to say they came from, and they're going to sit in a conference and start writing notes, what in the fuck are you thinking? Why would they want to write notes? That just don't make sense to me. Why would an advanced being, okay, with a 1200 IQ, want to sit down in a conference, okay, writing notes? Not only that, holding on to a newspaper that's 1956. So, there you have it again. And yeah, I know, now you guys are going to be like, well, you're wrong on the date. No, I'm not. How am I wrong on the date? I'm not wrong. Frank Strange's in his book, he says 1958, group photo of 1958. You guess what, guys? He lied to you. Again. Okay? He lied to you again. Because the reason, if you think really clearly, okay, in 1958, pay attention to what I'm about to tell you guys, okay, before this video ends. Howard Minter already married Connie, okay? So those of you who know Connie, who of course was his wife towards the end, for over 50 years. He married her in May 26, if I'm not mistaken, of 1958. He'd been with Rose before that. 57, 56. So I'm just trying to tell you that when Frank Strange told you that that was a group photo of 1958, he lied. I'm just telling you. But don't believe me, though. Okay? I just showed you clearly that this man is Frank. Right here. Hey, Valiant Thor, how you doing? How you doing, Valiant Thor? Okay? Here's the group of people that was here with him at that Bible Institute place that I just said. North Central Seminary. Alright? There we go again. The Mr. Valiant Thor. There you go, guys. Okay? So, I just want to see what you guys got to say now. What you guys got to say now, huh? This don't look like him? Huh? Or you guys gonna keep saying that's just me making all this up? Go ahead. Keep saying I made it up. I'm telling you that the photographs were altered so that no one can see that Frank is Valiant Thor. Right here, this guy. So those of you who are out there and you answer to my Twitter and you tell me that that's not Frank, I just proved you wrong. Bye.